This gets fire.
What's that? What's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, brother, what's that? What's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother,
Fancy a change?
Huh?
Fancy a change?
Well, sometimes I feel a bit guilty sticking the 4-minute timer on. Alright, fuck you, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes
I've got this one guy, yeah. I've got this one guy in the comments on We Are the South Stand that firstly, he doesn't get that you can fast forward. So he only watches on playback. He doesn't watch the lives.
Yeah.
He doesn't get that you can fast forward the intro. And he
Bro,
moans about
it's mad. It's mad. I get people.
And the other bit, this is the best bit, LB. Every video, he says, I don't get what I'm not going to like the video. I don't get why you're saying the likes aren't at 100 yet. The likes are at 237. I'm like, oh, I've told him about 10 times. He's just not getting it. Just keep fucking going.
It's mad, isn't it? I had some guy telling me that I needed to turn my mic down, right? And I was like, just fucking turn the volume down on your TV, man.
That's all right. Other things I've been told this week, I've been told that I must wear Manchester City shirts when I do reels now. I'm not allowed to wear normal clothes. And I've got an Arsenal fan that literally only comments on my video and just calls me Specky every week. He calls me old and then Specky. I'm like, well, yeah, that usually happens when you get old. You need to wear glasses. So
yeah.
But literally all he does is comment on the City channel. Like I've gone and looked at all his comments and everything is just on my channel. And all he does is call me weird. And I'm thinking you're an Arsenal fan watching a City content creator calling him fucking old and Specky. And I'm the weird guy. Okay.
That's why I always say that. You can't take these people seriously online.
They're mental.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, when it's just funny, innit? Like, I have a bit of like fucking back and forth with them now, mate. Because I just like, bro, like, I'm never gonna meet these people. I'm not gonna fucking get upset because I get stressed because what these.
Oh, I used to get like that and be like, fucking come on then, meet me and stuff like that. Then I realized these guys are never gonna meet you. They're never gonna fucking leave
you don't know who these people are, man.
There's no point in that.
Do you know what I mean? These people are just fucking weirdos, man.
See extra bumper, apparently.
Yeah. Well, it's funny actually because I wanted to do this stream about Rayan Cherki, which is pretty mad. I wanted to have a proper conversation about Cherki and that. Anyway, this has just literally dropped 5 minutes ago. Rayan Cherki has lost 2 kilos in weight.
It's so obvious, one in them pictures.
Yeah. Now that is just for our North American viewers. In LBs, that is that's 4.4 pound, which doesn't actually seem that lot really, does it?
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
It's like a fucking.
I lost more than that last week. Fucking on the old Manjaro. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, what's all that about, man? 2 kilos is fuck all, no?
Someone get him some fucking Manjaro. We'll lose more.
Yeah, that's mad. That it's crazy, man. Apparently, there's another bombers galore. What's going on here? Cherki did not react badly to being called the fat French Cherki. What the fuck is going on? Nah, it's mad. That is crazy. Since the pair are very close, both on the field and Man City dressing room, Cherki himself never laughs to tease teammates either. Now, what is happening, bro? Gee, we got a fucking match tonight, yeah?
Oh, but that's good team.
Oh,
bro, I
God.
like that shit. That shows that, bro, I'd rather that is going on in our team than fucking players are kicking balls in other players' faces and then blaming them and giving them Muay elbows, like certain clubs.
Yeah.
So I'm more than happy with how that is. Sorry, can I just say one thing? I don't know if anyone's seen, but just want to send thoughts out to a City fan. City fans passed away over in Benidorm, bro. Guy called Guy Bradshaw. A lot of people might know him. A lot of game-going fans will know him.
What, for the game tonight?
Yeah, he was on the way. They went out last night, returned. He went home a little early. Went back and found him dead. And and by the way, the guy's a healthy guy. Guy's a healthy guy, not touching anything dodgy, nothing like that. So thoughts for this family, man. Massive thoughts.
I'm not seeing it.
No, it's just starting to come out now, but
that's so sad, man. Yeah, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
Oh,
I've not seen it. Yeah, rest in peace, man. That's very sad. Yeah, this is this is crazy, man. About the whole weight loss thing. I didn't even I seen it. I seen him on that picture, yeah, and I was like, yo, that's he's definitely lost weight there. And I remember a couple of people in the chat was going, no, he's not. And I was like, he definitely fucking has, man. So 2 kilos.
Oh, the best one I saw.
Did you reckon it's like why do you reckon that's happened? You reckon it's like because you know Pep has done this a couple of times, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where like
another take for you. Another take for you. Because he's been having to recover, right, from an injury, that will have meant that he will have been having to do a lot of cardio work. Right. So, I mean, and if you're doing a lot of cardio work, you can very quickly shred pounds. Very, very quickly. So it could be that. But I'm not going to... Right. One thing that I said to Cass the other day, and I'm probably completely wrong, right? But we know that Pep likes players that work hard, and he likes players that keep fucking their fitness. If you don't keep your fitness, then there's more chance that Pep's going to go out and call you out for it, right? He's done it with Calvin Phillips. So
he done it with Aguero.
Yeah, exactly. So he's more than willing to do that. I don't know if, you know what, Cherki is coming to the club and is impressing Pep with his work rate as well. The fact that he's been told, yeah, you need to stay at a certain weight, and he's got himself down to that weight. He's looking trimmer than ever. I personally think that Cherki is, I mean, ultimately we saw it yesterday, but I had a feeling because I don't think there can be a City fan that's watched Cherki so far and not been like possibly even more impressed than they were in the amount we've seen him. Do you know what I mean?
Like, 100%. And excited, not just like, you know, sometimes you sign a player, yeah, and they're a good player, innit? Yeah. But like, they're not always exciting. Cherki's an exciting player, yeah. And did you see what Pep Guardiola said about Cherki yesterday, bro?
Yeah.
This is why I thought.
I mean, it looks like someone that he's got time for. Someone's earned his, like, I think with Pep, yeah, there is a bit of a thing that you have to earn his trust a little bit, right? And the good thing at the moment is a lot of these players, I mean, we heard him speak on Nico yesterday.
Yeah.
And we heard him speak on Cherki. And we've heard him, and I think we can clearly see on Kuzanov as well. 3 of those players that straight away, very clearly, have earned Pep's trust, I reckon. And of course, Reinders as well. So, which is a positive thing. Very positive thing.
Yeah, 100%. Well, this is what Guardiola said about Cherki yesterday, guys, yeah. Rayan Cherki is one of the huge talents I've ever seen in my career. Technically, individually, he's top. The question is how he settles in, what we want to do, how he reads every action. And this started really, really well in the World Club Cup. But after a few weeks off, step by step, I have the feeling most of the time, not all the time, the ball comes to him, the situation is better. But not all the time he has to play making exceptional things. He has to just play football. But he has something. The pass for Erling Haaland in the last moments versus Everton are the many things he can do. And he's a guy I like a lot that doesn't feel with pressure. He always wants to play with the ball like a street player. Funny, I said that yesterday. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. It's a short time here, and he needs a little bit of time. Exactly. That's another thing that I've been saying. Yeah, like at the start of the season, bro, I was saying, don't rush him. Don't rush him. Chill. A lot of City fans getting impatient. They wanted him in the team. Start. I was saying, yo, chill out, man. Let's just take our time. And I think I was right on that, yeah. But now I feel like well, then he got injured anyway, yeah. But like even before the injury,
now the game I feel like it didn't look as good. You're right.
I think the time's now. I think it's time now to put Rayan Cherki into this team and give him the keys. And not only just quickly, not only because I want him in the team, but with all due respect, yeah, if I'm looking at that right wing, which is probably where I'm going to play Cherki, the guys who've had the opportunities there haven't really been tearing up trees themselves. So I feel like no one's really earned that right wing position anyway out of the boys that have had a chance. Bernardo's played there once or twice.
That's the biggest fact of it all.
Bob, yeah. So I think now it's time to throw him in, bro. Get Cherki in the team, get him in at right wing. So long as he's like fully fit and he's fully recovered, get him in the side, I say.
Yeah. For me, because if I'm looking elsewhere, most people are nailing down positions. The wingers, and shout out to everyone in the comments because I know there'll be a lot of you here. Bro, the comments are right. You're right. Anyone that said, they're worried about the wingers being the situation at City, we're being proven right at the moment. And look, Doku will calm down on a little bit. Yeah. Because obviously Doku has shown to me now that Doku can do it. I've seen it, right? Does he need to do it more? Yes. Last weekend, was he good? No, he was really poor, right? But for me, Savio, and I can't lie, bro, I saw how soft some of our fan base can be on Saturday night, right? I made a video, and all I said is, for me, 5 things we learned about City. And the first one was, I have learned that Savio must have nudes of Pep Guardiola, right? To not be sold for 70 million, to get a new contract, and to be on in the second half, he must have nudes of Pep Guardiola, right? Now, I haven't said I haven't said he's an ugly bastard. I haven't personally attacked him, right? He's a footballer that gets paid a lot of money. I haven't said nothing about fucking go and torch his family's house like apparently people have said about other players. I've just said I'm not having him, Not having him. I've decided I'm not having him.
Right? You got rated.
So, the amount of abuse I got told that I should not be sharing my opinion and starting this hate agenda against Savio. And I was like, but I don't like. I'll be honest. I was sat here, this very place, watching the game with Cass and my boy Soups. Right, I can't tell you the last time I actually said to myself, "Get this guy out of my club." But that first half performance from Savio for me, and I even had a conversation with Martin today. And Martin was trying to tell me, well, I thought he was all right. He beat his man a few times. I was like, and then did what, bro? The shittest shot I've ever seen in my life. Across to the back post when no one was there. The guy is so wasteful. I'm not having him at all. And this is where you're spot on with the Cherki thing. If we look at other players that are coming in, you're just going, that right wing it's got Cherki's name on it, innit?
Yeah, well, listen, I like Savio, yeah. I rate him. I think he's a good player. I do like him. However,
not having him,
a couple wait a sec, yeah. A couple of things. One, Defo think that situation in the summer damaged him from a sort of City fan connection. Yeah, he certainly has for me. Yeah, because I was like behind Savio. Yeah, I'm like now I'm kind of like you kind of hurt me with the whole I'd go to Spurs thing. And I've seen that as well, much more with fans this season. Like I didn't really see this last year, but like a lot of fans this year are like they just don't rate this Savio guy. But as much as I rate him and as much as I want him to do well, I am pretty firm in my opinion that if he can't learn to shoot, he will not make it at the club, mate. Yeah, because you can't go through one-on-one all the time like he does and just he doesn't doesn't connect with the ball properly. So he definitely needs to improve that 100%.
Sorry, there was a comment there. Scroll up a bit, right? Scroll up. Where was it? Where was it? A little bit higher. It's not scrolling for me. Anyway, there was one that said, I didn't watch the game because of the amount of times he beat his man. I just said that. I watched the game. I saw him beat his man. But this is the thing. In the summer, I think a light bulb was switched on in my head by a lot of the people in the comments. LB, you as well. A lot of people who were like, look, if you're a winger and you're not getting GA, then you've got to be doing a fucking lot for us to back you, right? You've got to be doing a lot. Otherwise,
Yep.
And for me with Savio, it's great that he beats a player, but after that, it is shocking. Now, the other issue I'm finding, and Doku was guilty of this. Don't get me wrong. Listen, let me be clear. Doku was shit as well on Saturday, right? And I'll be fair to Savio. When he moved to the left, he looked a damn sight better on the left. But we're better than these wingers for me. This is where we are, right? And they are the only at the moment. If I'm looking at this City team and where we might not win the league, at the moment, it's only the wingers I'm looking at. It's the wingers that I am looking at going, I don't know if I'm having these. And we can come up with, oh, yeah, but he did this and he did that and he all of that. We're doing too much, right? At the moment, Savio is, if you're taking that performance from Savio is a good performance, we're in trouble this season. We ain't winning the league. If that is a good performance to you. It was not a good performance at all. Yeah, I'm just not feeling him. Now, the other thing is, with him and Doku that I think frustrates me a bit is they slow the game down too much. They get the ball, and then all of a sudden, the minute they get the ball, they become obsessed with taking their man on and beating their man. Now, if you are a winger that when you take on your man, I'm getting GA out of you, then take on your man. No problem whatsoever. But if you're a GA that is known for doing fuck all when you take on your man, if you get the ball, then quickly move the ball on to Haaland or Foden, please. Don't slow the whole tempo of the game down and make it about you taking a man on. And that's what they did in the first half. Difference with Bob is, to be fair, Bob keeps the ball moving a little bit better. He's not there yet, but with Bob, he just seems to keep the ball moving a bit more.
Yeah. No, listen, I think that none of our wingers are actual wingers. Yeah. So that I'd say Bob, Savio, and Doku, none of them are anywhere near world-class levels.
No.
And that is pretty mad, really, considering that, like, with Manchester City, we went to chat with Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. Like, we used to have, like, Sade, Sterling, Mahrez. And none of our wingers are anywhere near, nowhere near
and that's the thing.
The levels.
That's exactly it. That I feel what I often have done, and definitely did last season, maybe I have done over the years, is probably justified players, right? And with wingers, certainly the last couple of years with Doku and Savio, I've been guilty of that. And it's really when you sit there and you look at the be all and end all, right? And this is the thing, we can talk about how aesthetically pleasing Savio and Doku look, right? But give me Raheem Sterling every single day of the year.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, not now Sterling. I mean, back that.
Yeah, not this Sterling.
Give me Mahrez. Give me Sane. These are the type of players, and it's actually is all right for us as fans to go, do you know what? I don't think these guys are cutting the mustard for City.
Well, the thing is, for me, it's like, you know, I spoke about this a lot, but like obviously we've got the balance majorly wrong with our wingers. Yeah, because obviously all three of them are development players. Yeah, when you have these young players that are development players, you're not going to get consistent performances. And this is for me, where we've gone wrong with the three, because we should have had probably two elite level wingers and then one or two project players coming through, pushing up behind, whereas we've got project players on the wing. Now, if Cherki is going to be deployed on that right wing as an actual winger, like full time, and he actually does well there, and like actually can ball out as a winger, then that will sort of like relieve some pressure. But I don't think it's a Doku or Savio or Bob thing. I don't think it's their fault. You know, like they didn't decide between them that, all right, lads, we'll all join Manchester City at the same time and we'll be the main wingers for Manchester City. The club have decided to get all these. They let Mahrez go, let Sterling go, let Sane go, and these are the three players that they ended up with. And it's like, this is why for me, when we go into the summer next year, we have to make sure that we're going in for an elite level wing. I mean, I'm watching Elise, for Bayern Munich, bro, and it's like, oh my days, like he is so clear of our wingers. And like, listen, I'm not saying you can necessarily get him. Yeah, I put the money down, see what happens. But if you can't get him, you've got to just try and get. For me, when you go into a transfer window, it's pretty easy. You just try and sign the best player that you can possibly get. It's not.
Well,
it does seem.
I mean, whoa, hold on. Go and ask Liverpool how that's going.
Yeah, no. try and sign the best player that you can possibly get that fits within your team and system without, you know what I mean? So, you know, like, we'll see what happens, man. But
we should have got Kvaratskhelia, man. Was that his name? The PSG guy?
Kvaratskhelia.
That's it.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know if I
City
pronounce
player,
that right. Yeah, but I call him
Kvaratskhelia.
Kvaratskhelia,
Yeah.
Kvaratskhelia, innit?
But do you know what? Another thing, just an example, right? And these are the things. However much we knock Jack Grealish, there was something that Jack Grealish used to do, right? And the ball would arrive to him. He would have scanned the whole pitch before the ball arrived to him, right? And he would then bring another player into the game, right? If we look at, as an example, O'Reilly at the weekend, you see O'Reilly when he got put through by Foden, bro, he looked up and he knew exactly where Erling Haaland was before he'd even touched the ball. He knew where he was.
I didn't want to. I don't want to see Grealish though.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is, with those two players, I'm saying things that they're doing, right? The scanning of the pitch. I think we would all generally agree, right? You get the ball to Haaland or you get the ball to Foden as quickly as possible, right? The problem with Doku and Savio is they're never looking for him. They're when they get the ball, what they're looking for is to beat a player, right? O'Reilly is an example. He got put through. He's looked up before the ball has even got there. And the first thing, and then he knows, right, I don't need to take no one on. I don't need to do nothing else. I don't need to cut back. I don't need to do anything difficult. I just need to get the ball to fucking Haaland. And I'm not saying O'Reilly's the answer, but if we're looking at a player that's playing left back and saying, yeah, you know what, he knows how to get the ball to Haaland quickly, then for me, I'm by the way, the reason why I'm laying off of Doku is because this season we have seen it from Doku, but I haven't seen enough from Savio at the moment. Play him on the left, maybe I'll see it more. Maybe that's the answer, that he must be played on the left.
I think Savio is not a million miles away from being a top player, but the one thing that he needs to improve is often what people say is the hardest thing in football: putting the ball in the back of the net. And you know, we've shown clips, we've all watched Savio go through, and for some reason, when the guy goes through on front of goal, the guy just melts. Doku, for me, is under a different type of pressure, because the pressure that he's under this year is consistency.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
He's in his third season at Manchester City. Yeah. Now he had 4 good games, really good games. Yeah, really good games. But then he's off the back of that, he's had 2 or 3 quiet games, and it's kind of like, we need to see consistency, bro. You know what I mean? However, I'm not just putting that on Doku, because I think one of the reasons Doku was doing so well in those 4 or 5 games that he played was because he was a little bit more central.
Yeah.
And then we watched the game against Everton, and he's back on the touch. He's back like holding the width again, like he was last year and the year before. And he's got 2 men to take on, and he's not connecting with Haaland. So it's kind of like, I feel that I know, from my point of view as a fan, I think how we can get the best out of Doku. And I feel like Pep's done that, because he did it in those 4 or 5 game period when he was a little bit more central. He was connecting. But then for some reason, Pep's put him back on the touchline. Now, is he doing that to sacrifice him for the benefit of the team? Because the team obviously won, so we've got the points. That's the main thing. But then obviously it makes Doku not look quite as good, because he's not getting involved and creating stuff as much. But maybe that was part of the plan, because obviously Pep's thinking, how can I get the 3 points? And if that means that Doku has to look not as good as he was in the 4 games prior, but the team benefits, do you know what I mean? Like we spoke about Grealish in the past, you spoke about it then. Like, did we play Grealish in a way that got the best out of Grealish? Probably not. But did it benefit the team? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So is that the reason he did it? I don't know, man. But yeah, I don't know, man. But let's bring it back to Cherki, man, because that was the
Cherki's a positive one. We can definitely
Cherki's we've drifted off into the world of negativity, which is easy to do online. You know what I mean? I can't lie. But Rayan Cherki, are you starting him tonight?
Bro, look, I know I can often be wrong when I say this, right? But when Pep takes players to press conferences, I get excited that they're going to start, right? So the fact that he took Cherki to the press conference is making me think, are we seeing a Cherki? Because, bro, I'm starting him for me. What I saw of him the other day, that last 15, 20 minutes, the way we were moving the ball about once he was on the pitch, was fucking sexy as fuck. I need to see more of that. Badly. I think he's what we need. He likes playing quick, fast, one-touch football. And guess what? We've got players that can actually play quick, fast, one-touch football. We've got players that actually look at their best when they're playing quick, fast, one. Bernardo Silva was balling out with Cherki at the weekend, by the way, as well. So got to give him props. The way we were moving that ball from about in that second half, bro, was beautiful. For me, I'm starting him on the right. And do you know what? What would you do on the left, though? Sorry, we will stick to Cherki, but just quickly, what would you do on the left tonight then? Would you go with Doku and give Doku a run of games?
Yeah.
Or would you give Savio a chance on the left?
No, I play Doku.
Play Doku. Right.
Yeah. I play Doku. And I'd probably bring Marmoush off the bench for like the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just to bring him back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll stick with Doku.
I've
not seen enough from Savio, man. I ain't seen enough from Savio. So yeah, I'd start Doku on the left, Cherki on the right, Haaland up top. That'd be my front three. And I think that would be fucking decent, mate.
I just think, I mean, look, some of the shouts I'm seeing for Cherki, we all get carried away. I've seen, hear me out, he might be the next KDB. Hear me out, we've got a new David Silva. But I just love the way he plays. Forget David Silva for a second and De Bruyne. I just absolutely love the way Cherki played football. He plays football like he's not scared of anything. He's not scared of losing it. And that's one of the issues we've got, right? Against Everton, is it coincidence that in the first half we were not, it's like the players were scared to give the ball to Foden, right? When he had players on him. Cherki's not.
Yeah, but I also feel like in the first half, Foden didn't do enough to try and get the ball and receive the ball.
Which is fair. But either way, both are the same, that when Foden does do more to get the ball and players do more to get the ball to Foden, it leads to 2 goals. Right? Both goals leads the pass before the pass.
Yeah, and for me, this is what I was discussing with Nobbins yesterday. I think Foden, out of everybody in the team, I think Foden's the one that's going to massively benefit from playing with Cherki. Because people will say, nah, it'll be Haaland. And I kind of get it, because Cherki will create chances for Haaland. However, Haaland's still scoring goals without Cherki, so he's not really struggling.
Yeah.
I think Foden and Cherki could be something that works very, very well together. The way that they're going to be able to move the ball really quick, fast,
one touch.
like little one touches, back heels, all that kind of crap. Yeah, little 1-2. I think Cherki and Foden could be really interesting. And I think you're seeing that at the weekend. Again, he was only on the pitch for 5-10 minutes or whatever. But
and Bob, by the way,
maybe Bob as well. Yeah,
Bob against Wolves. Cherki and Bob linked up down the right.
It's your techie ballers that move the ball rapid.
Exactly.
Players who've got dead touches. Like, I'm not going to lie, So Marmoush, I don't know whether you're going to see Marmoush improve massively because he's not got a great touch. I think players that have elite first touches in the team and that can move the ball rapid, one touch, bang, 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 bang. Yeah. If you've not got a great first touch, you're probably not going to. Yeah. Because Cherki wants to move the ball quickly. You've seen him. He does the tricks and that. He ain't pass you the ball for you to take 2-3 touches and then pass it back. He's like, right, I'm going to pass it you, and you're going to fucking give it back straight away in a different area of the pitch.
Yeah. And so we're going to do little 1-2s up the pitch, and it don't matter if the ball goes slightly up in the air. Use your shoulder to flick it onto me, but we're going to keep doing that. Someone made a good comment as well. Another one that might get better with Cherki on the pitch is, again, when you're talking about techie ballers, is Ait Nouri. Ait Nouri is great with
but he ain't played anytime soon, no, isn't it?
Do you not think?
I'm
going Swansea away next week, so I reckon
he plays Swansea away, but I'm talking like Premier League games. Yeah,
I wouldn't play him. I wouldn't play him. We've got 3 tough games now, so I agree with you. I wouldn't play him.
Now Nico O'Reilly's got that position, mate. 100%.
But I know you might see him get a start tonight.
Nah, no way.
You don't think?
No way. He wasn't even on the bench at the weekend. He ain't going to go from not even being on the bench. Yeah, but he wasn't even on the bench. He's not going to go from not even being
strong again, though. Our bench is looking decent.
Well, our bench is strong, and that is a massive positive. You know what I mean? Because I was speaking about this, but like 4 weeks ago, I was looking at the starting 11s and we were like, oh yeah, it's decent. And then you looked at the bench, you was like, fuck me. Like if we get any injuries or we ain't winning, like our bench is weak. But now look at our bench at the weekend, mad strong, mate.
But this is the thing. And I remember after the Arsenal game, right? I remember saying that the issue we had was that when it got to about the 60th minute, our players started to look really tired, and what we had off the bench wasn't really doing much, right? You look now, we're making substitutions and we're looking better. We're bringing players on and looking better. All of a sudden, you're looking at our bench, and our bench looks completely different. I think that, and we're going to need that. Let's not get it twisted. We're in a very good place, but our next 3 league games, are Villa away, Liverpool at home, and Bournemouth at home. Right now, we've got to remember Bournemouth at the moment are what? Where are they? 3rd? Are they?
Yeah, I think they are 3rd. Yeah,
three, and Villa are starting to find some form. So we've got 3 very difficult league games. We're gonna, but the thing that the most important thing with having all of these players back now means that our players won't look as tired, because we're starting to be able to bring players off in the 50th minute. Or, for example, tonight, there probably will be some changes. Swansea next week, there will be some changes. We're not running.
Yeah, but I don't think too many changes, man. I'm liking this pretty steady starting 11. I'm liking going into matches, seeing 9 players who played the last game. Last year, you know what I mean? A lot of
it's all great until they get injured, though.
I know, man, but I won't fuck about with it, me. Yeah, I'd be really, really hesitant at making changes. What I'd do is I'd be going with 9 or 10 of the same starting 11 each game, but making subs early rather than waiting until the 80 minutes.
Yeah. I wouldn't disagree with that.
60 minutes and 65 minutes, you know what I mean? And, doing that, you've got 5 subs here. We should be utilising these properly. That's just me, though. I've always been like that. I'm always somebody who's consistency is key. Yeah. If you're playing well and you're winning, why change it? You know what I mean? I don't know, the modern way of, managers and the modern way of football is no rotation. And I'm just unking it. I like the old school 11. Yeah. I mean,
I'm not mad as long as we are getting, I mean, do you know what? An interesting one, LB. We didn't have Vardiel or Kuzanov at the weekend, and we still kept a clean sheet. Things are looking up, bro. Things are
first of all, a little bit lucky because they could have scored in the first half, but that is back-to-back clean sheets.
Yeah.
And I thought it was. I obviously, as I just said, I wouldn't have started Ake over Gavardio because I would have just ran with the team. But
you seen this Ake stuff, by the way?
It's a very good. I thought it was in the end. I thought it was a very good decision from Pep to start Ake over Gavardio because it's it shows why he's a top manager, because you've now got Ake some minutes in him which he needed, and you've given Gavardio a rest ahead of what you just said was a massive week, which it is. So I thought that was really good from Pep actually to make that decision, and I think
and it did look, because I'm not going to lie, Ake looks slow, man.
Yeah, but you don't know whether that's due to lack of minutes and lack of match sharpness, or he's fallen off. You don't know.
You see these links of Liverpool wanting Ake?
No, I've not seen that. No, who's saying that?
Apparently, Cass told me earlier on, Liverpool being linked with interested in Ake because they need a defender, an experienced defender that can play on the left side.
Wow.
Fucking Kirkes, hold that.
That's well, he probably will leave. I don't think we'll sell him in January, but he probably will leave in the summer.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if did you see that story? In fact, let me do these super chats, and I'll come to that story in a second about our defense. Yo, Bill Pebble says, "Big up, bro." People getting gassed with Pep's comments on Cherki. Guy said Nunes was one of the best in the world. Don't deep it.
What? So next minute, Cherki's going to be playing left back, yeah?
He did. Okay. He went from saying Nunes is one of the best midfielders in the world to saying Nunes is too stupid to play in midfield. That is actually what he said, bro. Yeah. That's actually fucking mad, isn't it, really? He did say that. 30 goals soon cup. Yeah, that's not happening, mate. But big up, man. Big up Bevel, man. A big up Berk FIFA with a 26 months. Says, my city mates and I had a circle Cherki after that Haaland brace. You're disgusting, man. It's 22. Yeah, sort your head out, mate. Yeah, sort your head out. Well, big up for the 26 months. Right, let me show you this. Let me show you this news. Smash these likes up as well, boys, if you've not done so already, man. Did you see the news about Vitor Hayes?
No.
ESPN Brasilia. Vitor Hayes is already viewed as a future pillar of Manchester City's defence within Manchester City and the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City review his progress every 5 matches at Girona. The plan is to bring him back next season for 2026, 2027. And I think this is kind of obvious. I don't think City wanted, to loan Vitor Hayes this season, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think they did. I think they wanted to keep him. The problem was they couldn't get rid of the defenders. Akanji, they found it really tricky to get rid of Akanji, hence why they had to loan him out. John Stones said, I ain't going anywhere, mate. I'm staying at Manchester City. And therefore, we had too many defenders because you've had John Stones, Diaz, Huzanov, Gvardiol, and Ake. You got 5. So instead of letting Vitor Hayes rot on the bench, they've gone, right, we'll change tactic. Yeah, we'll loan you out for a year. You can play football, and then we'll bring you back next year. John Stones will go, even though there has been talks of a new contract for John Stones. I don't think that's going to happen. John Stones can go, Ake will go, and they're going to bring him back. Now, I don't know how he's done at Girona yet, because I've actually not watched Girona this season. But you only have to look at certain statistics,
I've seen a couple of games.
Bro, listen to this, Manchester City paid £30 million for Vitor Hayes after he played 19 matches for Palmeiras, bro. So that tells me that they highly fucking rate the guy, mate. You know what I mean? You ain't doing that, unless you think he's going to be a top player. Yes. Oh, sorry. Was it 19 or was it 22? It might have been 22. Yeah, it was 22 games. My bad. Yeah, it was 22 games. He played 1,800 minutes. 1,800 minutes, bro. You believe that?
Yeah, mad.
And he's so
highly over there, though. Like I've heard. I can't remember the name of the journalist. There's a journalist that covers a lot of the South America, and was speaking so highly of him. I've seen him twice this season against Barcelona, and I'm trying to remember. Was that? Can't remember the other game, but Barcelona won the game. Look, Girona is shit. Girona aren't good, but for what you think Pep probably wants, which is a ball-playing defender, he's top tier.
Yeah, and it's like one of these, because
let me put that in for his age, top tier for you.
Yeah. It's this difficult one, man, because like I ain't gonna pretend like I watch Palmeiras, isn't it? You know what I mean? I ain't a fraud. I'm gonna tell you I didn't see him yet, but so all I can judge him off is the couple of games he got last year. Now, obviously, the quality of opposition was poor, but I can only judge him off of what he was. The most positive thing that I can say about him, right, is because he come in with all this hype about on the ball. Cool. We all knew about that, so I wasn't really like surprised. But when I looked at him, when we signed him, I thought, fuck me, this guy's like a bit skinny, mate. You know what I mean? He's going to get bullied. And I remember the game against Plymouth, and I know it's Plymouth, but I'm not talking about quality. I'm talking about physicality.
Physicality.
I was like, yo, this guy actually was pretty good physicality-wise. That's got nothing to do with opposition to quality. Yeah, that's to do with actual physical. And he was winning headers. He was beating players to headers, out-muscling players. I was like, oh, didn't really expect that from you. Like,
you had a really good performance against Plymouth. Actually.
Yeah, and I know what people do. People go, oh, it's fucking Plymouth LB. I'm not talking about I'm talking about physical battle. It's about strength. It doesn't matter if the guy's Lionel Messi or whatever. The guy he had some decent muscle on him.
Teams in the lower leagues are more physical than the Premier League in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You go down when we got relegated, we got absolutely fucking bullied. Like it's more physical than it is techie for me. But that's interesting though. You seen about Echeverri as well?
Well. Yeah, I think he's realised he's fucked up there, and I found it quite interesting to see the story come out last week that Echeverri wanted to go to Girona. Is that what? I don't want to quote misquote, but I'm pretty sure. I was like, yo, that's not what was coming out in the summer, man. All the news in the summer was like, you didn't want to go Girona because they were shit. And now you've decided to go to Leverkusen, because they're a better team and you're playing Champions League. But now you're not playing. Now you realise that maybe you should have just gone Girona where you could have actually played football. Yes, there's crap, but at least you would have been playing week in, week out. So, I did see that. I did chuckle to myself when I seen that last week. Yeah.
I think
you got to decide though. It's about playing football, man. It's about development, man. Like, you know what I mean.
The other ones, what's his name as well from Madrid wants a loan, doesn't he? Their young player.
Young Brazilian.
Nah, young
Oh,
Brazilian.
Hendrick.
Yeah, Hendrick wants to loan out as well, doesn't he?
Some guy said to me last week that City were linked with Hendrick on loan in January. I said, well, what? I just sort of like didn't really like, click the link or whatever. But is that true? You seen the City link?
I haven't seen us link with him. I haven't seen us link with him. I've just seen that look, it's all these players that ultimately think they are the fringe players for teams going to the World Cup, innit? They want to try and get some.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's why Ake is probably twitching right now, because he's probably like, fuck. You know what I mean? I need to be playing football. Obviously, Van der Ven's took his spot in the Netherlands now, so he's probably not going to start unless he can, play regular football. So you got all these
literally come out and said it.
Yeah, you've got all these players that are like, looking at where they are and going, shit, I'm not playing. You know what I mean? It might have been good signing a contract, get to a massive club, get all the wages and that. But now, time has come for you for World Cup and you ain't playing, and now you're crapping yourself.
Yeah.
You got to be playing. You know what I mean? You'd have to be playing. He's not played a single minute. Wow. That's kind of interesting as well, because like Alonso quite likes playing young players, isn't it?
Rodrigo started getting game time over there yet?
Nah.
No.
He's so finished.
Fucking hell.
He's so done. He's defo leaving in
So he got played in a kind of more 10 role for Brazil the other day as well.
Yeah, he's played 298 minutes, bro.
Fucking hell.
Has he started a single game this year? Yeah, he started the Marseille game and 2 La Liga games. So he started 2. He's got, yeah, man, he ain't looking good for him, man. I can't lie. Yeah, but I wonder what went on in the summer, man.
Well, real talk. I
would have loved to fly on the wall there, because, like, for a fact, chat, yeah, that Tottenham bid for Savio. For a fact that Savio was open to the move. For a fact that City spoke to Rodrigo and probably Real Madrid, yeah. What happened there? Like, how did it all not quite go through in it? Because, like, Rodrigo's now rotted on the bench. He ain't playing. So did Rodrigo turn down the move? Was Rodrigo led a false news? Did Alonso say to Rodrigo, "No, you're going to continue to play," and then he's been lied to? Did Real Madrid outprice Rodrigo? Did Rodrigo outprice himself with his wage demands? Like, I wonder what happened there, man.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened there.
Yeah.
I would love to know.
I've got a bit of. I did hear something earlier. I did hear that apparently. I'm not an ITK, just something someone told me, that apparently Rodri's got Rodri has a meeting with his team on Thursday. Apparently Pep is very relaxed about the whole Rodri situation. Kind of like, yeah, don't worry, let's let it go. The things all, but apparently Viana is pushing now, saying, "Nah, mate, we're going to put one more offer in front of the table on him, and no more time to think."
So what's this guy saying? Like, what's this guy that's telling you this saying in terms of, like, have we already offered him a contract? I imagine we have, but
contract's been on the table when he said, "I need a bit of time."
Right. So
and apparently Viana is now pushing for nah. No more time. Viana's getting to the point now whereas Pep's like, it's okay, give him time. Viana apparently is like, nah. We ain't giving him time. Like, one last. Otherwise, we'll presume that he's planning on leaving, and that we'll look potentially to sell him in the summer.
Fucking hell. Jesus. Don't want to see that happen, bro. I can't lie. LB foreign players quota issue. I did the maths on it, bro. And, like, it looked fine to me. I think we're chilling. I think we're going to be chilling, bro. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Telstra says, don't fancy Rodrigo in the Prem. Yeah, I think for me, Elise, man, is the one that we got to go for, man. I watched the it's a Ramball derby day. It's a Ramball derby day, man. Yeah, I think Elise is the one that I watched the extended highlights of the Classica the other day. I tell you what, yeah, that Elise is absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
absolutely incredible.
How old is he?
Oh, he's young, man. I think he's 23.
Yeah, that's what I'm sure someone said the other day. He's only about 23 or something like that.
He's like 23.
Yeah, fucking.
I don't know, we're not going to get him, yeah, because, like, we probably won't be able to go there and get him. But I'm telling you now, man, like, If I
Well,
was Viana, I'd go to Bayern and I'd put that 130 on the table, man.
when you say we're not getting him, I presume you mean next summer.
Yeah, just summer, not January. I don't think we'll sign a single player in January, man.
Oh, right. You think that Pep will be replacement will be Vinny, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And do you know what? Obviously, although I've said I need a lot more years, he's doing a fucking good job at the moment. He's heading in the right direction in it. If we were to get Vinny in what when was Pep contract up? I think it's next summer, isn't it? No, not next summer, the summer after. So if we were to get Vinny then, Lonzo with him?
2029, he's just extended. So 2029, yeah. Vinny just, yeah, you might not have seen it. I think he extended it when you was live on Never a Foul.
4 years.
Yeah, he's extended his contract this morning. Yeah, when you was live on Never a Foul.
Then, we need to get Pep extended.
I know he needs to get Pep. I imagine if Pep extends his contract to 2029, how bait would that be? That would be so bait, man.
Well, alternatively, what we could do is go see if Pellegrini's about for 2 years again. Just fucking
Pellegrini.
Get Pellegrini back in for 2 years. Just give him 2 years and say.
The thing is with the whole manager talk, yeah, is it like, bro, like one day I'm saying get me Luis Enrique. Like my list at the moment, yeah, is Luis Enrique, Company, and Nagelsmann. They're the three on my list. It would be Hansi Flick, but you ain't getting Hansi Flick out of Barcelona, right? But I think you could get Luis Enrique out of PSG, right?
Yeah.
They're the three on my list.
You think you could?
Well, Enrique out of PSG. I think PSG is a type of club that, like, bro, what's more can he do? He's won a treble. He's won, bro. No one, with all due respect, yeah, like outside of, no one really watches like the French league. You know what I mean? Like, there's limited eyes. I think that now he's won everything.
Tell him, you've done a treble in 2 countries. Come and do it in the 3rd.
Yeah, I think if you do that, but the thing is, the part I'm making is like I'm saying that now as my list. Yeah, in 2-3 years when Pep leaves, if he does leave in 2-3 years. The list could be completely different. Enrique might have fell off. Company might be dog shit. Company, Nagelsmann might get fucking knocked out in the group stages of the World Cup, and you're thinking, right, he's washed. Yeah, and like you might be looking at, and maybe Glasner is cooking, and you're like, wow, this got to take him more seriously. Maybe Iriola continues to do a madness. Maybe Hansi Flick has a falling out at Barcelona. You know what they're like politically in their club. Do you know what I mean? So you never really know. That's why I always say like that's my list. Yeah, that's my list right now. But it's a fucking just a fickle list. It's not that deep, yeah. Because like in 3 years' time, it'll probably be completely different. 2-3 years ago, Luis Enrique wasn't back on my list again. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with that one, man. Like I just wouldn't take him too seriously anyway. Big up to Johnny Lara, man. Big up, bro. To 17 months. He says, sorry, but Etche Messi doesn't fit German football. He got cocky. Well, does he not finish? I mean, do we know that he's not even played? Do we know for sure, Johnny? Yeah, can you say for certain he doesn't fit German football because he's not even properly played, bro?
Yeah, facts.
I don't even know. I don't know if we can say that for sure. He might not do, yeah. He might not do, but I don't know if we can say for sure he doesn't fit because he's not. He's not playing, which is fucking shit. You got to remember, he's not kicked a football properly now since February, mate. Because he joined City in January. He played in a tournament in February, and since then he didn't play for City all year, basically. And now he's not played proper football now, yeah, for 9 months.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So that is not ideal, really.
Yeah, he must be getting a bit frustrated.
Yeah, well, I think he is. I think hence why that news come out about Girona last week.
Right, come on. 10 minutes left, though, LB.
Go on.
How are you feeling? Another weekend out the way?
Am I feeling? What, City-wise, or just life?
Overall, Liverpool, Arsenal, title race?
I think Liverpool... I don't want to say they're out of it yet, because obviously not out of it, but they're in a serious shit, and I don't think the manager's making the right decisions. And I think they can find themselves in a really, really bad situation in the next 4 weeks if they don't sort it out. I think they've got the players to sort it out, and I think he can sort it out, get my fingers, like that. Yeah, but I don't think he's going to make the right decisions. Arsenal look very steady. I don't think they're playing great football. Now, I watched the Fulham game. Did I watch along for the Fulham game? I think they were great, and they won off a fluky set piece. You know what I mean? Trossard on mark to the back post. Well done. The striker who was meant to be marking him. They didn't really create too much, and I still think that they lack firepower. Yeah, but I think City are the team that has the most upside in terms of relatively quickly. Because I look at Liverpool and say they need a full, he needs to fucking change the whole team, bro.
Yeah.
The midfield needs to be changed. He needs to start Verts. In my opinion, he needs to drop Isak. He needs to sort it all out.
They fucked up not getting another centre back in the
summer. They 100%. Everybody knows that. Yeah, 100%. So I think that they have got massive upside, but I don't think the manager's going to do what it needs to be done to get the upside. Yeah, Arsenal have a little bit of upside. I just don't rate the forward line, man. I don't think it's working. City, I think we can click soon. Yeah, but Thames, you got to remember, Cherki's coming into the scene, bro. Cherki's coming in, man. This is what I'm saying. So it's not Doku and Savio. It'll be Cherki. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I also think, right, I think Haaland, right, has got a big fucking say at this football club. I think Haaland do you know what? I think the management team, the leadership team, those four, they're listened to at this football club, right? You think Cherki came out, Haaland looked pissed off. We went and bought Donnarumma, right? I personally think Haaland will push for a winger in January. I do think he will push for a winger in January. I think Haaland's going to be moaning a bit. Huh?
I don't think we're going to get one.
Well, I don't know who we can get, but at the same time, look, you never rule it out. PSG got a fucking banging winger last January. So I hear it, but I can see Haaland pushing. For me, with Liverpool, I was saying all week in the build-up to that game at the weekend that last season, I remember when we first started losing, I was saying, it's away from home. Don't worry. When we get back to the Etihad, we'll be all right. And then we played at the Etihad and we lost. And I was like, fuck, shit. When you lose at home, that's when you know you've really got things to worry about, right? But then there's other things I'm seeing at Liverpool. Think about the Liverpool that we know. Up until 4 or 5 games ago, teams would often score first against Liverpool. Liverpool would then get one back. And when Liverpool got a goal back, we knew how it was ending. Liverpool were going to win 2 or 3-1, right? Mm-hmm. 3 times, I think, in the last 4 games, Liverpool have gone 1-0 down, brought it back to 1-0.
Yeah.
And then fucking lost.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
That's a change in the Liverpool. I don't know if there's clicks going on there. I don't know if there's players that maybe don't rate other players. But at the moment, even as an example, and I've said this before about last season at City, dominoes effect. One thing can be bad, but then when another thing happens, and then all of a sudden it's a knock-on effect, right? And a really important thing is how your captain and your manager is speaking to the team, because it's very easy for them to be all cuddles when the team is winning. Mm-hmm. When a team starts losing, how does your manager react? How does your captain react? Now, the way Van Dijk was reacting on that pitch, if that's what he's like on the pitch, imagine what he's like in that dressing room.
Yeah, well, this is one of the problems when you get players, and United have had this with Bruno Fernandes. It's he's the loudest player on the pitch, but his performance against United at the weekend was shit. Yeah. And did you see it when he started giving Kirke shit? And it was bro, it's your fault. It was literally
you kicked the ball in my face.
Yeah, you kicked the ball in his face, and you're
I've been onto him for this for years. Someone said the other day on another channel, right, that he's a narcissist, right? And narcissist. I've seen him a few times. I remember once for Holland, where Holland conceded a goal, and it 100% was Van Dijk's fault. And he started looking at Ake and fucking having a go at him. And I'm thinking, bro, what are you doing? It's 100% your fault. Van Dijk's going up the pitch all weekend thinking he's fucking a prime... Bro, Van Dijk thought he was Wirtz at one point in that game. It was just... They just look all over the gaff. They really, really do. And, this is a thing. People laughed at City last season when we went on our bad run of form. And I get it. Ours wasn't 4 games. Ours was 13 games. But...
Well, we lost 5 in a row. So in that run, we lost 5 in a row. And then we beat... Yeah,
then there was his and theirs.
Bro, so they're one game off matching our 5 in a row.
But LB, here's the difference. In that period, we had no Rodri. No Kovacic. By the way, Hook 70 hours shameless for mentioning Kovacic. Well, if Rodri's out, to have your backup Kovacic also out, that's not good, right? So we have Rodri out, Kovacic out. I think we have Ruben Diaz out, Akanji, Stones, and Ake all taking their turns and being out. Bro, we were completely depleted. Liverpool are missing Alisson, but have an international goalkeeper as backup. That apparently is their future goalkeeper, by the way.
Yeah, he don't look great. I can't lie.
Well, he looks, and he makes Donnarumma look like Edison with his feet, by the way.
Yeah, he's not great on the ball either, is he?
Nah.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at this Liverpool team and saying, so this is where I kind of, like someone said to me last season, Daps, you weren't like, last season there was a lot of kind of, you weren't really too sure who to blame at City. And I said, yeah, I said injuries was relevant. I said, I also, overall, I did blame Pep because, you know, a lot of players have bad games, but Pep kept making mistakes. Last season, I think was heavily on Pep. This season, you can't look at anyone but Slot for me because he's got almost a full strength squad.
No, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I think it is a Slot thing. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think Slot's going to make the decisions that he needs to make to sort that team out.
LB, let me ask you a question, right? Manchester City are losing at home 1-0 to Man United, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you remember in us being in that situation and bringing off prime Rodri, prime Kevin De Bruyne, and prime Gundogan?
I remember. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you one time, I remember City were playing Birmingham at home. We had Mancini as manager. We're drawing 0-0.
So not Pep. Okay.
Now we're drawing 0-0 at home to Birmingham, and he took Tevez off, and the stadium started booing Mancini.
Yeah. I remember that.
The stadium started booing Mancini. Everyone was losing the shit. Everyone was like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? Why are you taking Tevez off for?"
But joking aside, this is what I see with Slot. Even if we go back to that first Birmingham game, Bournemouth game, I think Frimpong started the game. I think then he brought on. I think 4 players played at right back against Bournemouth. He kept changing it about, right?
Yeah.
And the changes he made in that game against Man United were mental, right? And this is a thing. I think the only way he can actually probably get to grips with this is to fucking drop all the players or drop all of the new players and go back to as close to as last season as possible and slowly bring them in. Like Ekitike, to be fair, he's looked good, but Kerkez looks completely
two of their best players is Ekitike and Kaiser. He didn't start either of them at the weekend.
Exactly.
You don't want to do it, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think he wants to make the he don't want to make the decisions. You know, that's where we're at.
And this is Till. You just summed it up there. I was about to say this, bro, before you wrote this. We got told for years, all you need to do is give a manager millions and anyone can win.
Yeah, exactly. It's bullshit.
Absolute bullshit. Give a great manager money.
Chelsea spent $2 billion and they won the Conference League. Yeah, I mean, it's all about building a team. PSG got the 3 best players in the world, or 3 of the best players, Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, and didn't win the Champions League. They got rid of all 3 of them. Guess what? They won the Champions League playing beautiful football. It's about building a team. Yeah. To quote one of Martin's words, or phrases, it ain't FIFA, mate. Yeah. You got to build a team. It's a team sport. And yes, you need top quality players, but you need to build a top quality team. It's about a team, but build the best team. So that's what it's about. Anyway, I gotta go, bro. So let me do the super chat. We'll get out of here, man.
Yeah, cool.
Shout out to Home Embrace says everyone's praising Arsenal's defense for conceding 34 goals, but we just conceded 27 in 17-18, 23 in 18-19 in the whole Prem. Shows that a strong attack often leaves more better defense. Yeah, it probably does, bro. Yeah, but at the same time, I just think Arsenal's defense is great, but I think they'll draw too many games. They drew 14 games in the Premier League last year, and they could have easily drew that game against Fulham. That's what I'm saying. I think Arsenal will struggle this year. Well, I don't think they'll struggle. Let me rephrase that. If Arsenal don't win the league this year, I think it will be due to lack of firepower.
Yeah. So can I just say one massive thing as well that we have to remember? Arsenal fans at the moment, I do find it mad. I've got Arsenal fans telling me that City aren't going to be in a title race, that they're going to win the league at the Etihad. I've been told that I'm acting arrogant just for questioning Gyökeres, right? But then they're telling me they're going to win the league at the Etihad. But I'm the arrogant one, apparently. I haven't said City are going to win the league yet, by the way. But we have to remember. I love where we are right now. This is for me where we are sat right now in the league. I'm more than comfortable with. When Arsenal fans are going, have a look at the league. We're top. I couldn't give a shit. Honestly, I could not give a shit where we are as long as we are within touching point. However, you have to remember that when it gets to February, right? If we are within touching point of Arsenal, the Sharks are going to come out. Everyone's going to be fucking online doing all of that. Bro, their asses will go again because you have to remember, we live rent-free in their head. And I'm not meaning the fans. I'm meaning the fucking players, bro. Our team lives rent-free in a lot of these players' heads. They've got nightmares of us. So when they come up against us in a title race, they're going to go, we've got the psychological advantage over them so badly. I can't hear you, LB.
I'm muted. I'm back at 7 p.m. Watch along starts then. Make sure you guys smash the likes. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well if you're new, because I need to get out of it. Subscribe to We Are the South Stand. I'll redirect to rants. I'll catch you later. 7 p.m. chats in a bit, yeah?
Love LB.